Favorite guys ever, write the name down and help me welcome to the front, if you will, Bill Ganz, everybody.
Thank you very much. Big round of applause for hearing of all the speakers today. I'm so excited. They all are taking the time on Saturday to come out and go yourself. Really today in this economy, everyone's reinventing themselves. Everyone. So the unfair advantage is everyone's at the starting line at the same time. The millionaires I've talked about, the billionaires, and everybody in between. I'm nearly 50. I've made the majority of my income in downed economies, the last two economies. I capitalized on my best relationships, longest paid relationships, and highest paid relationships. So today it's about personal branding. Does anybody today believe that social media and social networking is going to be a major asset in advancing your communications and relations? I mean, to me, that really is. How would you like to have an infinite warm market? How would you like to work on customer retention? How would you like to know what are in your customers' heads? Isn't that something? Because truly, we all think the same way. I've just written a book called The Belongings Network, and the 6 basic human needs belonging is driven by one thing: contribution. And if a person's contribution equals to them something personal and professional, you have a customer for life. And so acknowledgement, recognition, leverage. I mean, all these tools today that is really the foundation of relationships and sales is really critically what we're doing is we're all getting back on the track. Everyone's car went off the track. We went through the 80s was too much was never enough. The 90s was more was better. The early 2000s was borrow money that you don't have and spend it like you're mad at. Where are we today? Less is more. You know what I mean? We got to a point where nothing made us happy because we had everything, and now we have nothing and we're happy. So what kind of prosperity paradigm is that? I do a great deal of training distributors in the network marketing industry, direct sales industry, party money industry, a lot with insurance salesmen, pharmaceutical salesmen, people. So what I say to you today is in social media, social networking, we're going to talk about the question's the answer. Help people determine what comes to them, what causes their effortless prosperity is finding out what takes 3% of your effort to get 100% return. That's leverage. Because if you go around and say, I want you to do something you're not very good at, I want you to do something you won't like, and I want you to do it anyways because that's what you need. And you want me to tell my friends, or you want me to recruit somebody to do that? Because if you love what you do, you never work another day in your life. Right? That's who we are as a people. That's who we are. Let me do this. So first slide here, and today I sort of, when I was talking to Randy and George about what the presentation should be, I told it to independent business owners, small office, home office business, and small businesses. Who owns their own business in this room? Who wants to own their own business in this room? Okay, great. You know what I mean? This is what's so awesome. But the thing about social media and social networking is it's more about psychology than technology. Everyone's hooked up in its technologies and applications and all this craziness. It is not. I've been in the media business for 25 years. I started in Reagan's campaign. I was a volunteer in the La Jolla Republican youth. And what I did is I volunteered where we were trained in neurolinguistic programming and propaganda and all these things. Today, propaganda is cleverly disguised as public relations and social media. If you could know what people are thinking about, if you could type into the internet and find a group of like-minded people, maybe in the San Gabriel Valley, people that like scrapbooking, and there's 200 groups. I did a research. Go to Facebook, groups that like scrapbooking, 200 groups. And then you put in the San Gabriel Valley. So what if you could go on the weekend and meet 100 new friends and share with them what they do, and get to know them, and build a relationship? Social media does not mean mitigate the relationship because you can get to more people locally, nationally, and globally for free. Does an infinite warm market sound like a great candidate?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
When could you have heard of it before? I would for clients like Tony Robbins and Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy and Tom Hawkins and people like, we would spend tens of millions of dollars a year doing personal branding and lead generation. Today I can show it to you for free and better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what it really is. It's more about empowerment comes by listening. And with social media, it's a great place to ask questions. Because so many people have all the answers, and yet we're all here on a Saturday. So we're back to the beginning, so it's about the questions. Because when I ask you 10 things about yourself and you recite them back, and I recite them back to you, you go, wow, thanks for listening. Isn't that funny that someone thanked you for listening?
Yes.
That's a customer. That's a relationship. That's when you're going out to create some kind of empowerment, whether it's a customer or a friend or a faith group or whatever all it is. It's the question of asking the questions. Everything without a relationship is spam, whether it's online or offline. Whether it's online or offline. It's more about psychology than technology, and it's so critical. I can't emphasize it enough because everyone believes, I just don't understand Facebook. Who has a Facebook page?
Right here.
Who's going to get a Facebook page who doesn't have one? You're going to be next. Perfect. So, imagination versus applications. People tell you have to have an iPad and this pad and that pad. It will not create relationships. Are we going to agree on that?
Yeah.
There's no way a technology is going to create a relationship with you. So I just want to say it's so critical to understand this. For so many years, I have this little illustration of the dog with watches. People were selling watches out of their trench coats down the alley. Behind the dumpster, it's all kind of this and that. No, today, live transparent. Live transparent. I'm writing a book now called Live Transparent in the Social World. It's about building relationships when you're doing due diligence on me or you or anybody. What do you do when you find out about a new company? Google it. You don't go to the URL. You Google it. So you do due diligence on this person. Are they authentic? Is it a real brand? What are customers saying? Through trust. Trust, the third-party relationship. He bought it. I want to know what he's saying because I'm about to buy it. I'm not going to go to the manufacturer because they created their website. It better be good. They wrote it. I want to know what the user experience is, and that's the experiential level of conversational marketing. The internet, and this is about conversational marketing. But the question you ask yourself, if communications got better, faster, and cheaper, would you do it? So, can you put a video on YouTube for free?
Yeah.
With your smartphone?
Yeah.
And you could touch, in this room, if we just counted up everybody's friends on Facebook, we'd probably have 20, 30,000. And everyone on their pages would see it. So, if we all posted one photo from the event today, and we all said we had a great time with a new bunch of friends, learning a bunch of great skill sets, we'd literally touch a couple million people out of this room. Does that sound powerful? That's more powerful than television, and it's free. Is that powerful?
Yeah.
To me, that's the advantage. And you need to ask yourself the question. I created this word called presumer. It's a customer before they're a customer based on their profile data. Right? So you could go into Facebook, and you could people that like skiing, people that like opportunity. I just did this for a network marketing company last week. We typed in people in their profile data that like multi-level marketing, network marketing, party planning, and direct selling. 67,500 people said they did in their profile data, which is quite a few. 67,500 is quite a few. So I went to Facebook and I said, how much would it cost to literally deliver a commercial about joining my opportunity? It was $202 for 1 million impressions to those 67,500 people. Now this is one-to-one marketing based on her profile data. On the right side ad that you see on Facebook, to have 1 million impressions to those 67,500 people, that would be 11 impressions to her. Does that sound like an advantage? Has anyone ever bought television airtime or radio? It's very expensive. Roadside billboards and magazines and newspapers, very expensive. $202 to touch 1 million people where they tell you they like something. Does that sound like an advantage? I think today that is. So anything you can do, because you can join groups. You can go on Facebook and you say groups that like whatever you like as an interest, or groups if you were selling ski equipment that like skiing, because now you can go skiing with skiers and you can tell them you have a thing and meet hundreds of new people on a weekend on a trip skiing because you love skiing and you're selling your products. And you can make 25 new friends a day on Facebook. 5 days a week, that's 125 new relations a week, 500 a month, plus go to a different weekend event each weekend for a week, so maybe there's 100 people each one of those events. 1,000 new acquaintances a month for free. Is that an advantage?
Yeah.
Now, you can't go with a relationship. You have to go with the intention to bring. I think it's biblical, and I think it's about abundance. I think it's we come to the table with more food than we eat. We eat, work hard, play hard, and celebrate, and leave the table with more food than we came with. we have to help people today understand what takes 3% of their effort to get 100% return. As you're recruiting people, as you're selling people, as you're trying to get people in your organization, you need to find out about them. Again, the questions. And then when you get to that group of people, you're already in a like-minded state, so you can help each other. Does that sound like an advantage?
Yes.
And being able to get on the road like that and be able to touch this many people, that's huge. For small businesses today, this is free. Do you have a business in real estate, in insurance, a local dry cleaner, any form of business? You can register your business on Google Maps. Now, when someone types in dry cleaner in the local area, what are they going to find? Your business. That's free. I don't care what your business is, that's free when you go to Google Maps and register there at Google Business Listings. If you don't do that, you're foolish. Free advertising is incredible. Has anyone heard of Google?
Yes.
Okay, so that may be an advantage. This Yext.com, again, brings you to a network, and everything I'm going to talk about today will either be free or so ridiculously cheap that you're going to go, come on. So you can go here, and they give you every local listing of anything that will affect your search rating. So if someone's typing in some product, brand, or service, bless you, any product, brand, or service, they're going to come up here. When you look for something today, price comparison, or product, or brand, or service, what do? You Google it. So don't you want to fill the search engines up with content? You can go there, and they'll give you hundreds of free listings, and some of the ones they may charge you $4 a month for Yellow Pages, and $4 a month for Yelp, and $4 a month for any of Foursquare. Take a look at this, because for $10, $20 a month, you can get yourself ranked very high in the search engine, whatever your product, brand, and service is. To me, that's an advantage. The Small Business Network is free on Google, and it's business information, it's business listings. Again, you get yourself indexed for free, your business for free. So when someone types in on their home computer, it's called IP, or geo-targeted search. They're going to find you in your local area. They typed in dry cleaner, and you're in the San Gabriel area, you find dry cleaners in the San Gabriel area. If they were driving down the street on their cell phone, on the smartphone, they were typing and looking for dry cleaner, the SMS would bring them to the local search wherever they are, because it's coming off that cell tower. So you want to fill the search engines up with content. Does anyone believe that free is good?
Yeah.
Getting your business on Google is good?
Yes.
Being able to have people search as they drive down the street and find your business is good? Being able to be at home and type in looking for a service that you provide and finding is good? That's what we're going to talk about. So this right here is submitting your product. Whatever your product is, you can submit it for free at Google. What do? You look for it, don't you? You Google whatever you're looking for. Or you go to Best Buy, you find something that you like, and then you go home and you do a search on the price. When can I get it? Can I find it cheaper? Can I find a comparative model, different brand? Whatever I do. You can list any product there for free. Does that sound like an advantage? I was working with a company, they sell a particular product in the direct response industry, in the direct selling industry, and people wanted the product and they didn't necessarily want to become distributors. Well, people were only finding distributors, and every time they said, I want to buy your product, the person tried to recruit them in their business, got them into a headlock and knocked them senseless. I just want to buy the product. List your products there because people are wanting to get your products. It's very important to understand filling the search engines up with content because of this word called geo-targeting. And that means if I'm looking for something on my cell phone and I type it and I'm driving through your neighborhood, I'm going to find your business. If I'm in your neighborhood and I live in your neighborhood, I'm going to find your business. And the geo-targeting doesn't limit anything, but if I'm doing a local search, I'm going to find you locally, as well as just for free being able to put it up there. So people ask me, Bill, what would you do if you just were worried about time, you didn't have a great deal of energy, you weren't technologically very good, what would you do? And I believe that Facebook is the most amazing thing that's ever been created as a research tool, as a sales tool, as a customer retention tool, as a friend finding tool. So Facebook is number one to me. Number two is YouTube, because I don't care what your product is. if you were selling fishing rods in the San Gabriel Mountain to go up to Seven Oaks below Big Bear and go fishing, I would want you to find a video. Hey, I'm Bill up here in the stream with my new Reel 7000X reel. And you're just going to find it. The best search engine for search engine optimization is YouTube after Google. So, and content, video content ranks so high, and it's free. So you get one of your top fishermen say, hey, when you go up this weekend, I'd love you to make a little video of you fishing, do a testimonial on the store, do a testimonial on the products, do a testimonial on the resort in Big Bear. Now people are going to find that the third-party testimonial of the customer edifying your brand, product, or service, that's money. And that's free. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I mean, to me, that's incredible. LinkedIn as a professional network is the strongest. If you're trying to look for, if your company sells software and it deals in the HR industry, I just came up with this last week for a customer. You can go to LinkedIn, type in people in the HR industry. It will literally give you every business in the world that has an HR director. Does that sound like an advantage of knowing exactly who they are? And then you can go to their profile and see what school they went to, what business they used to do, what their specialty is. So when you talk to them, you already have some relationship. Hey, I see you went to Dartmouth College. Hey, I see you used to work at GlaxoSmithKline. I see, hey, you're working for a new company today. So as you're making relationships with people, if you can learn more about me in sales, you're going to get that sale because you're already building rapport. Now the same thing when you go to a search for any brand, product, or services up there, and if somebody's looking for somebody, it's going to bring it up. That's free. That to me is amazing. So Google Places is free if you're a restaurant, if you're a business, if you're a service, if you're a consultant, if you're a real estate agent, if you're insurance agent, anything you do is free. These are all simple things. I have a training program that we're releasing for small business. And what we're doing is we're doing 6 weeks of conference calls. I'm literally walking you through how to set all these up. Each week at the end, there's a 4 DVD series. It's going to be coming out in 4 weeks. We're going to go through the 6 weeks. Slow is fast in social media. Don't try and go in and barge your way in. Don't go in and be boorish. Slow is fast. Do these things systematically. When they say, look my name up on Google, if you type in Bill Ganz, G-A-N-Z, you'll notice so many tens of millions of pages, it's almost obnoxious. I find it obnoxious. But the truth is 100% free. And I can show anybody how to do that. And what I did is I signed up for a new thing every day. It takes about 5 minutes to do each one of these. So each day I knock out 5 or 10 minutes. It is no burden to me at all. I really find it fun. If I were to pay for the advertising, I would find it a lot less fun. Because it would happen that month. If I made sales or I didn't make sales, that would be great. But the truth is, would you do 5 minutes a day for your own business for free advertising that costs the business next to you thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions? Would you take 5 minutes a day? I mean, to me, you have to ask yourself, if communications get better, faster, cheaper, would you do it? That's the question. So this is something you add to your arsenal. It will never take away all the traditional forms of belly-to-belly, of conference calls, of events, of customer presence. It will never replace that. It only adds to that relationship skill. And because you can do it locally, nationally, and globally, it's an infinite more market of people. You can become a brand authority in your space. You can create a free Facebook page, a free YouTube page, and a free LinkedIn page, and become a definitive authority. Put a tip up every week. People doing a search, find this, giving a tip of what you do in your industry and how it can help people. You need to think of social media as bringing something to the party. Bring something to the party. Learn what takes 3% of your effort. If you love what you do, you never work another day in your life. I work 18 hours a day, didn't even notice it. The funny thing is, my fiancée Billy Jo's in the room today. Hello, Billy Jo. Come on, big round of applause for her. I haven't been home in 178 days. I had to be flown here to speak to this event. Have you ever been flown to your own home to speak? I live in Redondo Beach. It's like a vacation home. I just finished a 51-country tour all around the globe. And I'm seeing her for the first time in an audience. Isn't she beautiful? I just love her. So this is another great resource. ping.fm. And what I'm going to show you in this training series is that you can set up all these social networks and internet marketing sites for free. We're going to go slow. We're going to do a couple, 30 minutes each week for 6 weeks. And then I'm going to give you my 4-hour DVD set. I charge $10,000 a day when I come into companies and I do this. And when I bring my team in, we charge $100,000 a week to set the infrastructure of these exact thing I'm telling you about here. I have a 14-step process for conquering the internet as a disruptive media on internet marketing, social media marketing. But that's overwhelming unless you're a business and you're very aggressive and you have a lot of money and high demands and stockholders. For you and I today, it's personal branding. Everyone's reinventing themselves today. So as we get back into the market, capitalizing on the internet is critical. But at ping.fm, you can upload one video and go to all your social networking sites. So if we built 10 or 20 or 30 sites for you, do you want to go and load photos and press releases and articles and videos up there and take it all day? But this site right here, you load it in one place and uploads to everything. Filling the search engine up with content. Did I say it was free? It's called a syndication engine. The syndication engine syndicates it out to all of your social sites and internet sites. We're going to set up a blog, which gets highly indexed by Google. We're going to set up your social sites. You're going to become an authority in your own business, representing your own brand, product, or service. Even if it's you as a consultant, or even if it's you as a small home office person, even if it's you as a small business. I'm doing the very same thing with the SMB market, small to medium-sized business, and I'm doing the exact same thing in enterprise. They just have an enormous amount of money. But I can teach it to you literally in minutes a day. And you can do it by and large for free or so low cost, it's ridiculous. So Yahoo Basic, you can go there, again another search engine. Again, if you type in, looking for a gunsmith in the San Gabriel area, you're going to find the search engine. If you're driving down the street on your phone, it's called SMS geotargeting, right? You're going to find the women's boutique or the tire store or the oil changing store or the grocery store or the whatever. Free. Fill the search engines up with your content. Everyone's starting at the same starting line right now, and we've got a number of years before we're going to come out of this economy based on the statistics that I've made. A number of years. The most amount of money, the longest clients, and the best relations I've ever had, I made in down economies because people don't make change in up economies. People don't change their attorneys, they don't change their doctors, they don't change where they buy things, they don't change the restaurants they go to. So as we reinvent ourselves, know that you're getting this jump on people. You're getting this jump on people who are sitting back, going to wait, because the right of entitlement is going to deliver something to them. The decisions we make today is our future, period. Bar none. There isn't a future. It's the decisions you make today create your future. Do it now. Take action. Yesterday's a wonderful thing to reflect on. But the decisions we make today, would you want to be ahead of everybody else in the San Gabriel Valley as far as personal branding, internet marketing, social media marketing? Would that be an advantage? We can literally touch the world with this room. I have 5,000 people on my Facebook page, and I get it for free. Now, the interesting thing, if I post one thing, that I'm up here speaking to a wonderful group of people on a Saturday, and it goes out to those 5,000 people. The interesting thing is, those 5,000 people and everyone on their pages, my information is also on their pages. So it's 5,000 of my friends times however many friends are on their friends. So think about the free exposure, having been in the media and television industry, buying airtime. I probably touch 3 or 4 million people every time I do a post. For free. Now what if we all just did it? We're here at the T. Harv Eker seminar, learning about this today, and we all post it on our smartphone, taking a picture of the whole group. And we tag it, we make comments, and we do it. Tens of millions of people seeing us, this is a massive advantage. Critical things to take advantage of people finding you on Facebook is filling out your information tab. A big majority, the 70 percentile, don't fill this out. Put in your website, put in your phone number, put in your products, put in what you do, put in your background, put in what you like to do personally, put in your hobbies, put in everything. Because the search engines take that information and deliver you customers, deliver you search queries, deliver you things. Fill it out for free. We're going to go through all this in my series. This is Technorati. Has anyone heard of a blog?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is basically Google for bloggers. Any subject you can think of, I'll guarantee you'll find somebody blogging on it on Technorati. Is anyone in the health and wellness industry? Automotive, pharmaceutical, fashion, any industry you can think of. You go there to technorati.com, you type in the subject of anything you can think of, and there's bloggers on it, and then they list them by the most successful bloggers to the least successful bloggers. So you go to the top 10 most successful bloggers, and maybe they have 1 million people in their weekly blog that read their material. Hey, I'd love to share with you what I do. I see you're a top blogger in this industry. Could I send you a product? Now what happens when that brand enthusiast who has 1 million people in his weekly blog starts blogging about you weekly? You know, it's interesting that you do this because we could actually set up some kind of partnership. Since you've got such an incredibly loyal audience listening to you, I just set up free personal branding, third-party identification, leveraging a relationship I just made for how much? 100% free. Does that sound like an advantage? So to me, using Technorati to find people in your industry and say, maybe I can just send this to you, send me a testimonial. Well, if you're an inventor of a product and you want a testimonial from someone in that industry that's recognized by millions of people, would that be good for your marketing? Yes. How much would that cost? So WordPress is a blog. WordPress is the highest index tool on Google. If you put something on WordPress and you optimize it properly, which I'm going to show you how to do in my little training, this is the best thing for search engine optimization. Doesn't matter what the brand, product, or service is. It's like the Dewey Decimal System of a library. You know, you type in or you look up this and it's on aisle 7, shelf 2, 3 books down. The same way with the index of this. But here, you can become a brand authority in anything you could think of. In tennis and fishing and scrapbooking and cooking and motorcycle ride, anything. So you set up your own blog, which I'm going to show you for free. You post your own photos, your own videos, write your own articles, get other articles from other people in the industry, brand agnostically talking about the power of the industry or your brand or service, and post them. And then someone says, let me learn a little bit more about your industry, send them your blog. They can read what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're doing, the people you touch, the people's lives you help, the brand, the product, the testimonials from people in your industry. For how much? Is anyone curious about this social media internet marketing trend? Does anyone believe that this has already collapsed the size of television? It's so many hundreds of times larger than television. It's unreal. And the stickiness is, 4 to 7 hours a day. Television was either 2 or 3. But you have a one-to-one audience. It's not like we have broadcasting where there's thousands of channels now. It's narrowcasting. So everyone on that channel that wants to talk about guns is 100% interested in guns or shooting ranges or ammo or camouflage or destinations for hunting or whatever. So now you have 100% viewership in a narrow-casting environment. Does that sound like an advantage? I would think so today. So everybody says, it's been going on so long, the train left the station. It did. And it's a very long train. I don't think us, our lifetime, our children will ever see the train end. It's just going to keep leaving the station for a long time. You can get on anywhere. Again, the decisions you make today is your future. Here's the key. If you're not going to be this person, do you have a nephew? Do you have a niece? Do you have a son? Do you have a daughter? Because in most cases, everything I've talked about today, you literally type it into Google or any one of these browsers that you would use. You type it in, you fill out your information, your phone number, your website, your business, and now it's out there on the internet. I have 38 million pages on my name on 12 search engines. How much did it cost me? Free. Does that sound like an advantage? If you were to search for any of the products I do, personal branding, live events, internet marketing, social media marketing, you'd come up with my name. Monetizing social media on YouTube, you'd find my videos, number 1. So these are the kind of things that you want to do. You don't need to be number one. It isn't anything about it. Customers need to see validation when you say, let me send you some information. Do it their own due diligence at home. Randy, how are we doing on time? Are we okay? Should we wrap up? Okay. I've been given the cue. Unfortunately, my training is 2 days. So I just finished a 51 country tour around the world. So when they said you have 15 minutes, I was like, really? And for those who know me, thank you very much. It is so good to be home. I'm driving right now to see my father in Coronado. And I haven't seen him in a very long time, so I'm excited about that. And I'm thankful that you'd all be here. My program, if you're interested at all, is going to be 6 weeks of 30-minute webinars once a week, and then a 4-hour DVD series called Leaders Online. It's going to be called Social Media and Social Networking for Today's Small Business. I have another one called Social Media and Social Networking for Today's Network Marketer. I have a whole series of these coming out. So if you're interested, let Randy know in the back of the room. It's $4.95. We're very excited. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of neat things. We'll be talking more frequently. Thank you all so much.